Okay, good morning, all of you. Let's start with fifth unit, and
Good morning.
our title for our fifth unit is the robotics. Now, this is kind of what we can say the second remaining half of this subject. Already more than 70% syllabus we have covered, and in that syllabus, mostly we have studied the things related with the artificial intelligence. And here in the remaining part, we are going to study about the robotics or the robot. Now, and in the previous contents that we have studied, like in the unit 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, all in that all units we have discussed the things like how we can make the robot intelligent, how we can make the robot intelligent. Related with that, different things we have studied, different algorithms we have studied, related with also the kind of networks that we can utilize, that also we have studied, various kind of applications we have studied. Okay, now in this remaining part that we have for the study, that consists of the related with the uh, designing of this particular robot. Okay, what that you can consider it as a construction of the robots physically. Okay, and making that robot intelligent, what has to be done, that already we have studied in the previous contents. So remaining part, the things like designing of the robot. Okay, it's kind of hardware required for the robots designing, and the role of different kind of hardwares, kind of different sensors that will required for the robots. Okay, different branch involved in the development of the robot, various kind of applications of the robot in different areas and the different field. These kind of things we are having in the remaining part, like in the unit 5th and the 6th. Okay, and so today we are starting with our unit 5th, and its title says the robotics. And in the today's session, we'll discuss about the definition and introductory point regarding the robotics, its history, some uses, and the application. These points we'll try to cover. So let's start with the definition of the robotics. And if I ask you how you can describe the robotics, so let the answer come from you first, according to the whatever your background knowledge, and then we'll go with the actual definition. So what do you want to say regarding the robotics? What is your idea? Yes, Fenal.
Uh, Sir, I think robotics means it's a artificial brain with we can say it's a human means human with a artificial brain.
So you want to say it's a human with the artificial brain. Okay. Yes, anybody
Yes.
else? Hmm. Others? शंतनू, साईबाज, तुमच्या या 3-4 वर्षाच्या मध्ये तुम्ही काहीतरी, यू मस्ट हॅव कम अक्रॉस रोबोटिक्स वर्ड. ओके, so from that, what knowledge you are having regarding the robotics? Hmm?
It is a combination of
Sir,
mechanical, electrical, and electronic devices.
robotics.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Rohini.
So robotics means a study of construction and operation of robots.
Mhm. So robotics generally, just like we say, we have the subject like mathematics, where we study the things related with the maths, calculation, etc. So robotics is also the same. It is nothing but the related with the construction of the robots. Okay, construction of the robots. And to construct the robots, it is not just the work of single field, or it just not require the knowledge of single field of engineering. It is the combination of different kind of engineering branches and the field to make the robots. And similarly, the definition you can see here, robotics is an interdisciplinary branch of engineering and science that includes the mechanical, electrical, electronics, computer science, and engineering, and the others. Interdisciplinary in the sense, it is in order to robotics is considered to be what? It is the what we can say, the combination of interrelated branch. Interrelated branch in the sense, branches like the mechanical engineering, electronics and electrical, computer science and engineering. This different, with the combination of with the knowledge from this different field, the robotics is being formed. The branch of the robot, the particular field robotics is being formed, and it is also being considered as a field of the artificial intelligence also. So by utilizing all knowledge from all these branches or all these fields, the robot is built, and that whole process of building the robot with the help of these different branches of engineering is called as what? The robotics. Okay. So if you see in the robotics, it is nothing but the task of building the robot. If I ask you the what is, then what can be the work of this field? What can be the work of this field? What can be the work of this field? So can you able to tell me what is the role of the mechanical engineer in the robotics? Yes. What is the role of electronics and electrical engineering in the robotics? What is the role of computer IT engineers in the robotics? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Mechanical makes the body parts of the robots, the means that metallic body, whereas the electronic people try to make the machine work, and computer people give the instructions, provide the instructions to the robotics.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Quite good. Yes. Anybody want to say anything? Okay, so you are quite related. Like you can see the mechanical engineer related with the building the physical structure or the model of that particular robot. Like it also consists of the designing the robot. Okay, as well as uh, what we can say, installing and fitting the all the hardware related parts, like you can see the sensors and other kind of devices. Okay, so that part is the what we can say, the role of the mechanical engineers here. Okay. And if you come to the electronics, then the things related with that ICs, circuits. Okay, these things, development of all that kind of circuits and their connections, and what we can other kind of IC chips. So uh, building that kind of things is nothing but the work of the electronics engineers. Okay. And to make that robot in the workable condition. Okay. And to control that robot, then there comes our field, that is the computer science and engineering, which consists of doing the programming so that that robot can follow the instruction given by the owner of that robot, or instruction given by the user. So doing the programming according to that, that is the work of this computer science and engineering field. So from all these things, the robotics is in form, and this using the knowledge of field of this all this engineering and making the robot, that is nothing but our uh, what we can say, the robotics is. Okay. So from this we can say the robotics deals with the designing, construction, operation, and building and use of the robot, as well as computer systems for their control, and to get the feedback from that robot, as well as the information processing. This is the task of the computer science and engineering in this robotics. So this is nothing but the basic definition of what we can say related with the
robotics. And from this discussion, we can say this all above mentioned technologies and the branches are used in developing the machines or the robots, and which can substitute the human, which can do the activity just like the human being. And that's why here I have mentioned above mentioned technologies are used to develop these machines that can substitute the human and replicate the human being. That can substitute the human and replicate the human being in the sense using all these branches of the engineering, we are trying to make the robot, and that robot should be able to do the activity just like the human beings are doing their daily activity in different kind of work. Okay, and these robots, when we make the robots, you must have also seen the different kind of robots. Okay, and we can make the robots in any form. Okay, but the most preferable form in which the robots are being made, that is nothing but the robot like the human being. Understood? Just like the human being look like human being size and two legs, two hands, and other organs. In the similar way, the robots is being made. Okay, robots is being made in the appearance, and that is the reason you must have seen the most of the robots. If you see, they just look like the way human beings look like. Okay, and there is also the reason behind that also. The robots most preferable shape and size and form of the robot is being made just like the human being. There are also the reason behind that, and I would like to know from you why the robots is given the shape like the human being. As you know, the robots are being present in the different forms, but most preferable form of the robot is like it should look like the human being. Why it is so? Yes. Why robots are being designed and look like designed and made to look like just like the human being in appearance? Why this is so? Do you got the question?
कोणत्या बद्दल आहे? Yes, sir.
Yes. Why this is so?
So they can work like human being.
They can work like human being. That's why the its shape, size, and its looking appearance is just like the human being. Okay, that is you want to say. Yes. Other. What can be the other reasons? Hmm. What can be the other reasons? Kishore Nagre. Yes. What can be the other reasons so that because of the robots are being made to look like the human being? Panel. Hmm. No reasons behind that.
सर मे बी टू फाइंड
Behavior.
आउट कि वो ह्यूमन की तरह काम कर सकता है या नहीं, मतलब वो कैसा काम करता है, शायद उसके लिए।
Hmm. Okay. Other. Yes.
ह्युमनने जर ह्युमन सारखा रोबोट बनवला तर त्याच्यामध्ये चेंजेस करणं सोपं होईल, कारण की ह्युमनला माहिती ह्युमन कसं ऍक्ट करतो, कसा बिहेव करतो, त्याची ऍक्टिंग किंवा त्याचा परफॉर्मन्स, त्याचं वर्क, मग त्याच्यामध्ये चेंजेस करणं किंवा मॉडिफाय करणं इझी होईल, म्हणून तो ह्युमन सारखा शेप असतो.
Okay, now let me give you the example. Now this is a factory. This is a factory. In this factory, lot of people are working, and okay, and in this factory, also
I made one robot and I give that robot the shape of demon. I give that robot the shape and size and looking appearance of wampus or demon. Means the demon in the sense Rakshas. And I put that robot in the working area of human being. Actually, that is not the demon, but it look like the demon, or it look like the wampus. Then will you be comfortable to work with that?
No.
But if I, instead of demon shape and size, I give the shape of the human being, then you will be the comfortable to work with him.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, you are getting what I'm trying to say. So
Yes.
to accept the the nature of the human being is quite different. If somebody who is looking different from that human being comes in the working environment of the human, or comes in the partnership of that human, or comes in the companion of that human, then human feels uncomfortable to work with that person or anybody. Yes or no? It is a human being nature, and that is the reason the looking appearance that is being given to the robot is just like the human being, so that in the community of the human being, the robot can be get accepted, understood. Now, even to that human being looking appearance robot, even to that kind of robots also, today there is a most of the people are not prefer to utilize the robots in the working industry and in the home also, because peoples are the people's even today also don't trust the robots as compared with the way people trust the human beings, because even it is being made look like the human beings, it is being made biologically just like the human being, the way biological things perform activity in the human being, robots are also made in that way, but still it is a machine, understood. So that is the reason still human beings do not 100% trust on that kind of entity as a robot. Okay, so it will take the time, the way the performance of the robot will increase. So this is the looking appearance given to the robot, that is just to help for the acceptance of robot in certain replicative behavior usually performed by the human being. Okay. So you can see you must have seen the most of the robots now performing the activity like the human being, that robots are replicating the activities like the walking, lifting, speech recognition, and different kind of activities humans can do now, just like the human being. Okay, because the robots, most of the today's robots are being made by taking the inspiration from the nature and taking the inspiration from the biological neural network which works in case of the human being. By taking the inspiration from that, by taking the reference of that, the robots are being made so that we can get the same experience that we are getting from the natural human being. Understood? The way natural human being walks, lives, the way natural human being thinks, take the decision, do the prediction, perform different kind of activity. So by taking the inspiration from the natural human being, the robots are being made. Okay, and if you see the this concept of creating the machine just like the human being, the concept of creating the machine just like the human being, it is the old concept. Okay, from the 1940, 1950, this concept was there. Okay, but research in this kind of technology, research in this kind of technology, and potential utilization of this kind of technology as a robot started in the 19th and 20th century, and that is the reason today we can see there is a huge boom in the market related with such kind of robots as a machinery who can do the activity like the human being. And that is the reason there are the most of the new machine learning algorithms are also coming, which can try to make the performance of this robot more accurate, just like the human being. So what I want to say, it is not the new technology, it is the old technology, but
actual research on that and actual utilization of its functionality, etc., etc., that started earlier in the 19th and the 20th century. Okay, so from above all this discussion, we can say robotics is the branch of engineering which consists of the different branches. So that's why the single word being utilized here is robotics is the branch of engineering that involves or that consists of the conception, designing, manufacturing, and operation of the robot. Conception means what? Do the research. Conception in the sense doing the research. Doing the research for what purpose? How we can make the robot just like the human being. For that, deep research is required. So that's why that is the reason here it is mentioned. Robotics is the branch of engineering that involves conception, doing the research, thinking, imagination, then designing, and then actual manufacturing, and then the operating that robot. This whole thing is just being referred as what the robotics. Understood? Conception, understood the meaning of the conception? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Conception means doing the research, imagination, related with what, how the human beings are doing all these things, and from that trying to design the robot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, if you want to go to the other introductory part related with the who has first utilized this term, which term? Robotics. So, if you want to go into the history, then there is a one science fiction. In the one particular science fiction, the scientist, one science fiction, not the he was not the scientist. Okay, science fiction author Isaac Asimov. Science fiction means what? Can anybody tell me the science fiction meaning? Hmm? Now, in the okay, you must have read the stories in our life. Stories. Okay, have you? Do you have the habit to read the stories?
Yes, sir.
ओके तुम्ही शाळेमध्ये असताना किंवा आता सुद्धा तुम्ही स्टोरीज वाचत असाल गोष्टी वाचत असाल गोष्टी ह्या कशा असतात स्टोरीज आर इमॅजिनरी येस ऑर नो
Yes, sir.
so Isaac Asimov he was also the story writer but he was a science fiction story writer meaning of the fiction is what imaginary
Imaginary.
okay science fiction means story related with the science imaginary story related with the science. So Isaac Asimov was a science fiction story writer, and in his story, in his science fiction story, he has utilized this term robotics. What? In his science fiction stories, he has utilized the term robotics. When in the 1940s, and that is the reason credit goes to the Isaac Asimov for describing or for invention of this term robotics. Okay. And in this story, Isaac Asimov has suggested three principles related with the behavior of the robot and the smart machine. Okay, in this fiction story, he has described these three principles related with what? Related with the behavior of the robots and the smart machine. And on that three principles, nowadays robots are being made and robots are being operating in this modern world. Okay. So from these science fiction stories, the reference is being taken related with the behavior of the robot. Okay. Now if we let's see what that three laws of the robotics or what are that three principles which were invented by the Isaac Asimov in the 1940s. So these are the three laws of the robotics or three principles of the robotics. By keeping in mind these principles, the robots are being made nowadays and they are being made in the operating condition. So which are that three principles? In that first principle or the first rule also you can say that is the first rule he has mentioned in his story that robot must not never harm the human being. What? The robot must not harm the human being. Okay, the robot must not, what we can say, must not be kill the human being, or the robot must not do the injury to the human being, etc. So that is his first law. Okay, what he has mentioned in the second law, robot must follow the instruction from the human without violating the rule one. Now tell me the meaning of this. Robot must follow the instruction from the human without violating the rule one. Means whatever the instruction that is being given by the human being, suppose if the human being says take that particular bucket which is being filled with the water, and take that bucket of water and put it in the bathroom. So robot should follow that instruction. Understood? Without violating the rule one means the robot
Without
should,
harming human being.
without harming the human being. Understood? It should not happen like he will take that bucket of water and pour it on the human being. Understood? It should not happen. This kind of thing should not happen. Or he will take that bucket of water and he will put that in the terrace. So this kind of thing should not happen. The robot must follow the instruction that is given by the human being. So that is the second law. And in the third law, he has mentioned the robot must protect themselves without violating the other rules. म्हणजे काय रोबोटने त्यांची स्वतःची सुद्धा काय रोबोट should protect themselves, त्यांनी स्वतःची सुद्धा सुरक्षा केली पाहिजे. But when they are protecting themselves, they should not harm the human being. Understood? So these are the three principles being mentioned by the Isaac Asimov, who are being called as a who has been given the credit of finding the word robotics. Understood this part?
Yes, sir.
And on these principles only the today's robotics are being working. Okay. Now let's see the more parts related with the history. So this also the another scientist. Now before the Isaac Asimov, there was also the another what you can say, the playwright was there. Okay, playwright means what? Playwright,
नाटक लिखने वाला सर,
नाटक लिखने वाला.
ड्रामा लिखने वाला.
Okay, so the word robotics was actually taken from the word robot, and in the 1920, the public playwright, the Karel Capek, in his play, name of the play was Rossum's Universal Robot. In his play, he has first mentioned the word robot. Okay, in his play in the 1920s, he has first mentioned the word robot. And now, actually, this word robot, this is a Slavic word. Okay, it's a Slavic word. Understood? Slavic kind of is a Slavic is a kind of language. Okay, so the word robot comes from the Slavic. It is like the Slavic word, and its meaning in the English. Its meaning in the English is the rabota. This is a very important thing. Meaning of that word, this word robot actually is the Slavic word. Okay. And its meaning in the English is what? Rabota. And if you try to search the meaning of the word rabota, its meaning is nothing but the labor or work. What is the meaning of that? Robot, Slavic word's meaning is what? Rabota. And meaning of the rabota is what? Labor. Now, what do you mean by the labor? What the labor does?
वर्कर्स.
वर्कर्स म्हणजे आपण जे आता तुम्ही जे आपण काम त्यांना सांगतो तेच काम ते करतात. You are getting my point. They are not doing the work by their own. Whatever work you tell them, they do the same kind of work. They follow the same instruction given by the owner. Sorry, just I made a mistake. The rabota is the Slavic word. Okay, rabota is the Slavic word, and from that Slavic word, this robot word is being taken, and its meaning is nothing. Its meaning, the meaning of that robot is what? Labor or the worker. Okay, this follow the instruction given by the human being. These don't do the work apart from the human being. But nowadays, if you see the modern world robot, they are, because of the research capability of the human being. Now you can see the modern world robot. They are doing the work. They are doing the work apart from the instruction given by the human being also. That is happening because of what? That is happening because of the lot of research happening in the world of the machine learning, where the machine is acquiring the lot of other capabilities just like the human being. Machine learning the different things by their own, with the help of the historical data, with the help of the previous experience. And nowadays the modern robot are doing the most of the activity. Even instruction are not given to that robot also. Okay, so this is the historical point. You just have to keep in mind the word robot is being taken from the Slavic word rabota, and meaning of that is nothing but labor and the work. Okay, so if you go for some of the uses and the application related with the robots in the nowadays, you must have observed, you must have heard, you must have experienced in various kind of situations. In various kind of situations, nowadays the robots are being utilized in various kind of dangerous environment like the bomb detection and the deactivation. Also the robots are being utilized. Now why it can be a beneficial to utilize the robots in the bomb detection and the deactivation? Yes, why it can be a beneficial to utilize the robots in the dangerous environment
Sir,
like the bomb detection and the deactivation?
because there will be no human harm to no human life
Yes,
harm.
because whenever you go for the bomb detection and the deactivation, there is always a risk to the life of the human. But robots are not the human. Okay, there is a we can't have the human loss there. Even that robots get damaged. Understood. That is the reason mostly the preference is given to the robots for the bomb detection and the deactivation. You also know the number various manufacturing industry, to manufacture the different things in the manufacturing process. Robots are being utilized. If you just go to the YouTube and if you just type there robots who are assembling the car, then you can see how the robots are connecting the different parts of the cars. Okay. Also, robots are being utilized in the different situations where humans cannot go, where there is a danger to the life of the human. Okay. So here I have mentioned the many robots are built to do the jobs that are dangerous or hazardous to the people, such as the defusing or the deactivating the bomb, finding the survivors in the unstable situation or the area. What? Finding the survivors in the unstable situation or the area. So suppose somewhere earthquake has happened, भूकंप कुठेतरी झालेला आहे in the large building, huge buildings, tall buildings. Now in that case, it is necessary to find out is there any human beings who are live there, alive there. In that case, other human beings cannot go, can also go and find out, but there is a danger to the life of that human being. Understood? So in that particular case, the in that particular situation or the area where there is a danger to the life of the human being, the robots can be utilized to find the other survivors in that particular accidental area. Also, in the exploring the mines and the shipwrecks, this is important. Exploring the mines and the shipwrecks means what? Exploring the mines and the shipwrecks means what? Mines means
खाणी
ते खाणी असेल बघा कोळशाच्या मनाचा किंवा ऑर्डर जे ऑर्डर आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो ऑर्डर मटेरियल त्याच्या ज्या खाणी असतात तिथं ते बरोबर ना की त्याच्यामध्ये जाऊन ह्युमन बिंग ते तिथं खोदकाम करणे किंवा अदर वर्क. So in case of that also there is a danger to the life of the human being. In case of that lot of accident has happened. Okay. So in that case की त्या कोळशाच्या खाणीमध्ये ते
खोदकाम करणे किंवा त्या कामासाठी सुद्धा देर इज युटिलायझेशन ऑफ द रोबोट. Shipwrecks means what? Ship, it is a combination of two words, ship and the wrecks. Ship, जहाज असतात बघा, मोठमोठे जहाज. तर एखादं असं होतं की जहाजांचे ऍक्सिडेंट झाले कुठेतरी समुद्रामध्ये, मग त्याच्यामध्ये काही इट कॅन बी हॅपन दॅट काहीतरी सम डॅमेज हॅपन टू दॅट शिप. ओके, नाव इन दॅट केस human being cannot go and find out what damage happened to that ship. Okay, what fault happened in that ship, also to find out is there any live persons are available, कोणी जिवंत व्यक्ती तिथं आणखीन आहेत का त्या ज्या ship मध्ये ऍक्सिडेंट झालेला आहे त्यांना वाचवण्यासाठी. So in that case also there is a utilization of the robot instead of the human beings, because doing activity in all these area is always considered to be the dangerous to the life of the human being. So in that case, there is a utilization of the robots can be done in the better way. Okay. So these are the very much. Okay. So here we are discussing the some uses. Okay. Here we have discussed the finding the survivors in the unstable situation or the area, exploring the mine and finding the any survivors in the accidental ship, trying to repair the accidental ship. These all the things can be easily done by the robot. So from this, what we can say, robot is also used in the other field also, like STEM. STEM stands for the robot can also utilize in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics as a teaching aid. Teaching aid means what? Means nowadays also the just like the teacher, robots are also available in the market who can teach the students. Understood? So these kind of things are these kind of uses are available regarding the robots nowadays, and still their accuracy is not 100%, but quite good. And the way the new technology will come, new algorithms will get developed, the accuracy will also get improved. If you go to some other main utilization, like some of which already we have discussed, helping the fight forest fire. ओके, जर कुठेतरी आग लागली असेल कुठेतरी बिल्डिंग मध्ये, तिथे जर कुणी व्यक्ती जिवंत व्यक्ती असतील आतमध्ये, तर ते फाइंड आउट करणे आणि त्यांना वाचवणे. दिस ऑल्सो द वन ऑफ द गुड ऍप्लिकेशन ऑफ द रोबोट. देन वर्किंग अलॉंग विथ द रोबोट इन मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्लांट. Robot can also work as a companion to the elderly individuals. Companion means what? Companionship to the elderly individual. What is this? वयोवृद्ध माणसं असतात बघा, म्हातारी माणसं, तर त्यांना गप्पा मारण्यासाठी, बरोबर ना, त्यांना गप्पा मारण्यासाठी त्यांच्यावर कोणी नसतं. आता तुम्ही जर बघितलं तर त्यांना ऍज अ एक आपण काय म्हणतो की त्यांना पार्टनर म्हणून, ओके, त्यांच्याबरोबर गप्पा मारण्यासाठी सुद्धा नावडेज रोबोट आर बीइंग टेकन. मिनिंग ऑफ द कंपेनियनशिप म्हणजे काय? सहकारी. इन मराठी कंपेनियनशिप मिनिंग इज व्हॉट? सहकारी. गेटिंग? येस, गेटिंग दिस ऍप्लिकेशन?
येस सर.
ओके, की जे वयोवृद्ध लोक असतात, म्हातारी माणसं, त्यांच्यावर गप्पा मारण्यासाठी नाव, फॉर दॅट ऑल्सो द रोबोट आर बीइंग मेड. ओके, ऍज अ कंपेनियन टू द एल्डरली इंडिव्हिज्युअल. Then most important application is the surgical assistant. Doing the various kind of medical surgeries also there is utilization of the robot. Now in the previous only I have heard about in the China, one operation related with the cancer is being done with the help of the robot. Now doing the surgeries and the operation related with the cancer, it is very complicated thing. Okay. Where now the robots can also be utilized to do this kind of surgery. Okay. Then it can be also applicable or utilized for the package and the food order delivery. Okay, food delivery satisfied, it can be utilized. Then it can be utilized for the household purposes like vacuuming and the mowing the grass. What do you mean by the vacuuming and the mowing the grass? Yes.
vacuuming and mowing the grass. Hmm.
You must be knowing about what do you mean with the grass. Yes. What is grass?
गवत सर.
हो तुम्ही गार्डन बघितलं असेल बघा, ते छोटी छोटी गार्डन असते बघा. ते गार्डन मध्ये छोटे छोटे गवत असतं, बरोबर ना?
तर ते जे गवत असतं ते कट करण्यासाठी, कारण ते गवत दिवसेंदिवस काय होतं, वाढत जातं, मोठं होत असतं, बरोबर. तर त्याची ते काय एक पर्टिक्युलर लेवलला ते कट करावं लागतं. अंडरस्टूड. तर त्याच्यासाठी तो गार्डनर असतो बघा, तो कट करतो. तर ते करण्यासाठी सुद्धा रोबोट्स कॅन बी युटिलाइज. अंडरस्टूड. ते एक गवत एक योग्य शेप मध्ये किंवा टू कट दॅट ग्रास इन द राईट शेप अँड द साईज. ओके. अँड टू टेक केअर ऑफ ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ गार्डनिंग, that is called as the vacuuming and the mowing the grass. So for that household purpose also, or in the garden also, the robots is being utilized. Okay. Also, yeah, robots utilized in the industries and the workshop to find out the different items and carry that items from one place to the another place. Also to find, also the robots being utilized in the search and the rescue operations. Okay, search and the rescue operations also the robots are being utilized. If you are knowing about the uh, bomb attack that was happened in the World Trade Center, America. Okay, you must be knowing about this. World Trade Center was damaged by the terrorist. That was Osama bin Laden. Now it was the very huge and tall building was their World Trade Center that was damaged by terrorists. Now, in order to find if there are some alive persons are there inside in that building after accident, there was a utilization of the robot. So, search and the rescue operations, in the search and the rescue missions in the natural disaster or in the some kind of bomb attack, in that case also the robots are being utilized. And lastly, which already we have discussed, detecting the landmines. Just landmines, you must be knowing landmines की ते बॉम्ब जमिनीमध्ये पुरून ठेवला असतं, त्याच्यावर पाय ठेवला की ते दे गेट एक्सप्लोड, अंडरस्टँड, ब्लास्ट होतात ते. तर ते डिटेक्ट करण्यासाठी सुद्धा देर इज अ युटिलायझेशन ऑफ द robots. So there are the various other applications of robots are available in the market. And robot, as I said, the robots are being mostly utilized to do the work where there is a danger to the life of the human being. Now, in the previous year only, scientist, our scientist has done one operation that was the Chandrayaan 2. Okay, in the Chandrayaan 2, that operation was done by our scientists, which was not successful, but they have done the good try. Now in the Chandrayaan 2, we have utilized the one particular, what we can say, the rover. What? Rover. Rover is also the another name for the robot we can utilize. Okay. And the name of that rover or the robot was the Pragyan. You must be knowing about this. Pragyan robot we have utilized there. Okay. And that Pragyan robot was inside the lander, and the name of that lander was a Vikram lander. The name of this lander is given from the great scientist Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. Okay, so inside this Vikram lander, there was a robot which was named as a Pragyan. And what task was assigned to this Pragyan robot? Task which was assigned to this Pragyan robot was when this Vikram lander will land on the Chandra, on the moon, that time that Pragyan robot has to be come outside and do the research on the moon. Okay, so this is just I'm telling you for your general knowledge. So in the Chandrayaan 2 mission also there was a utilization of the Pragyan robot, where task assigned to that Pragyan robot was when that lander will land on the moon,
that robot has to come outside and do the research in that particular area. Okay. So in this different way, in the different area, the robots applications are available. Okay. So that's it from the today's session. That is on which the question we asked number of times. Write a note on the robotics, note on the application of the robotics, etc., etc. Laws of the robotics. This kind of various questions being asked number of times. Okay. So remaining part will continue in the next session. Okay. Okay. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remaining part will continue in, next time. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.